Thank you very much, President Clinton, Secretary Clinton, ladies and gentlemen. Just very briefly, because I learned one thing in Irish politics and all of the visits and work that I did with President Clinton, that the stand between an audience and President Clinton was a waste of time, because he spoke to tens of thousands of people in Ireland, as Senator Clinton did as well. Just to say a few things, I think in this, I'm on the panel this evening, and I'll talk at length, and time is short now. But I think we all realise that democracy is under threat. Autocracy is going from strength to strength. I watch now the difference and how things are changing so dramatically in Europe. How the whole mindset of a generation of politicians that were behind me have changed their view on the world. Unfortunately, the era I grew up in was that America would always be our friends in Europe, and America would always be the leaders of the free world. Well, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and in Ireland and in America, it's still very, very close. It's challenged. When I was Prime Minister, we celebrated St. Patrick's Day on St. Patrick's Day. Last week, it was halfway through the week, but I'm not going to blame anyone for that, because that's another lost cause. But I think we do realise that those of us who care about democracy, those of us that want to see the right to freedom of speech, that we want to see professional journalists, that we want to see the right to be able to go into a polling booth and vote for whoever you want. We want to see those protected. And my colleague on my right has given, I think, all of the reasons why that's under threat. So I think at this conference, like so many other conferences in this calendar year, people realise what the agenda is. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be, I think, extremely hard. But for the rising generation of people that are coming behind us, I think it's important that us leaders, former leaders, stand by those rights. And I look forward today to being able to talk about those issues. But in the meantime, I think it is a great honour for the World Forum to assemble such a fantastic group of people who in their own way have fought. In Ireland, and I'll talk tonight about our case, we wouldn't have achieved what we achieved in our country if it was left to our own. We wouldn't have achieved it if it was left for Europe. We achieved it because we had friends like you, Bill, and like you, Hillary, who stood with us and stuck by it. And that, I think, is what can happen again. But it requires a new order, a different way. I'd like to talk at length about the UN. I addressed it so many times over so many years and so many issues, from the conflict in Ireland, the conflicts in Europe, and to AIDS and to other issues. But now I watch the rising generation have little or no faith, and that's a dangerous thing. So in this conference, I thank the organisers for inviting me. I thank all of you for gathering us, and let's hope we have some useful debate during the afternoon. Thank you.